is very complicated. You have to use all of these attacks, you know, in great synergy with each other. What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and this one goes out to the Jhin mains out there, because there's this misunderstanding I feel ever since I talked about Season 2 Jhin in videos, you know, 2 years ago, and then did a breakdown on Season 3 Jhin. There's this misunderstanding that I hate Jhin, that I really dislike him, I want to see him nerfed right into the ground, you know, and I'm super biased against him and unfair. And nothing could be further from the truth. I really like Jhin, and he's one of the Tekken God Prime ranks I've achieved that I take the most pride in. It was very difficult. He's a very hard character to play, and very much so reflected in his win-loss ratio online. He does very poorly. Jhin players are struggling. But was he still overpowered in Season 2? You bet your ass! And so uninteresting. Super all-round and does everything really well. And yeah, he was really hard, but so is Akuma. But we can all still agree he needed to be toned down, right? And as for me being biased, you know, and doing favoritism, I love Geese Howard, but I always felt he had to be nerfed. Season 3 Moonslicer? Are you kidding me? I'm really happy they toned that down. So, I'm really trying to stay objective here. And you Jhin mains, I feel like sometimes you guys just forget what it is you have. Jhin is enormously strong. Let's count our blessings instead of trying to only, you know, focus on what we feel we are missing. And honestly, you're not missing a lot with this character. So in this video, I thought we could just, you know, again, just take a look at who Jhin is and what he does, and does so well. So I thought we could honestly start at looking at the new changes Season 4, where people have been very over-dramatic and say, oh god, Jhin is dead now, because Standing 4 got a nerf on its counter-hit property. It's still a counter-hit launcher. Yeah, you can't screw, the combo's a little bit limited, but this is still extremely strong. Do you remember Season 1? When on counter-hit, it will only give you a slump into down 2? Or a very technical juggle if you sidestepped into 2-4. This is still super good. And forward 4, certainly it is now neutral on block. But did you know this move is mostly used in Oki, and it has a very long window for its hitbox. It has a lot of active frames, so if you place it properly, you can very easily get a +2 or a +1 into, you know, uninterruptible to jab or 2-1 pressure. You know, if you know how to use these moves properly, they're still really great. And did we really want him to have a Mishima-style right axe kick like Kazuya and Heihachi for +4? No, this separates him more from them and gives him reinforced identity in that his Oki is rather weak. It's kind of interesting to have a weakness. And now they've nerfed his Oki in that forward 4 got reduced frames on block, still a massive +8 on hit, and down 4 got reduced damage, and that was a key low in terms of Oki. So Oki got nerfed a little bit. I like this, it gives him more identity. But you know what, let's just check out what this guy does and how well he does it. And let's just start with the best parry in the game. That's right, a lot of people don't know this. They look at Leroy's parry and they're like, oh, look at that! Jhin has the best parry in the game. You just hit back 2+4 and Jhin evades the attack, and then you're open to do whatever you want. And depending on the recovery of your opponent's attack, how quickly it recovers, you can do like a 2-4, but in this case, CD1 recovers so slowly, I can actually launch punish here. Parry into launch punish. And I don't have to stress, I think, that Jhin has above average damage and above average wall travel. Yep, he does that really well. But so again, you understand how strong this is, right? You know, Dragon of Wild Running 2, oh, boop boop, can, you get launched. And what's this? Oh, I mistimed it? Oh, no matter. I can still block during the parry animation. That's right. Oh, you mistime it? Oh, I can still block. I took no risk. Oh, I landed it. I get to launch you. Isn't this pretty good? The only time you get launched for doing this parry is if you really, really mistime it. Now I'm doing it super early, I get launched. But if I just sort of miss it, I can block. So make no mistake, this is insanely strong. Insanely strong. And now let's look at his punishment. 10 frames, blap blap, 29 damage, wall splat, knockdown. 12 frames, we can do 1+2. 14 frames. Yeah, that's a wall bounce, safe on block. 14 frames, we also have a launcher in electric, very hard to do obviously. 15 frames, we can do can, long range, or we can hop kick. That's pretty good punishment. And while standing 4, 11 frames, 13 frames, while standing 1, 2, and 14 frame launcher in while standing 2. This is excellent! A 14 frame launcher, and note the range, much better than Kazuya's twin pistons, that come in at 13 frames. Note the range. And then 15 frames, boom, you can do a hop kick, and then you even have a neutral hop kick for big damage on, you know, big sweeps like Snake Edge or Hell Sweep. His punishment is excellent, and with punish, you have the electric. You have forward for 2, you have a hop kick, you have CD1. His 50-50. You have an ultra versatile Demon's Paw. You have forward 3, which like Kazuya's launches on normal hit. And on block, Kazuya's is -3. This one is neutral. Completely resets the situation, neutral on block. For a low option, oh, what's that? We have a launching Hell Sweep for 51 damage. That tracks to both sides. Yeah, that's pretty good. And of course, you have other low options in down back 4, down 4, but 50-50 is very much there. You've seen his damage, you know, his pressure. He has the electric. +5. +5 on block. Mix that with Demon Paw. You already here have excellent pressure tools. And of course, standing 4, down back 4, +3 on hit. And the strings. The pressure certainly is there. Now let's look at the counter tools. I haven't even mentioned forward 4 yet. One of the absolute best moves in the game. Safe on block. You can transition into Zen mix-ups. And of course, a counter hit launcher. Oh, what's that? Counter hit launchers. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Forward 4, counter hit launcher. Standing 4, counter hit launcher, homing. While standing 3, counter hit launcher, mid homing. Back 3, counter hit launcher, transitions into Zen. Down for 2, counter hit launcher. Down for 4, counter hit launcher. Up for 2, not a counter hit launcher, but counter hit knockdown, wall splat, evasive. All of the moves I just showed you are safe on block, with no exception. All of those moves are safe on block. Yes, and pretty much all of them counter hit launchers. What more do you need exactly? And of course the ultra useful down back 4 into down 2 on counter hit. Very, very strong. In terms of poking, does he do well? Yes. He has a down forward 1, 13 frame check with a follow-up. You have a 2-1, 2-1-4. You have 1-2-3, 1-2-4 mix-ups, back to 1, incredible string. Back forward 2-3 into mix-ups, 1-3, forward 3, etc, etc. You have a lot of strings and a lot of very strong poking. You have very strong poking utility with Jin. Yes, you probably know about this. And great mix-ups. In terms of evasion, we have a safe on block up for 2. which is just incredibly strong. You have back 1 into mix-ups or into evasive attacks that have a potential to deal, you know, just obscene amounts of damage. Oh, we have a perfect throw game. Haven't I mentioned that yet? This is a 2 break for 40 damage and excellent Oki. Complicated Wire is a 1 break. And we have upward 1+2 for a 1+2 break. Perfect throw game. We also have a safe wall bounce move in down 1. Safe. We have a 14 frame wall bounce in forward 1+2. Also safe on block. We have a ultra handy 13 frame safe on block Rage Art that can be used as a 13 frame Punisher or parry into Rage Art. Very, very useful due to its speed. And we have a Rage Drive that, should we need it, can greatly up our damage and give us pressure. So this was just me giving you guys a very quick rundown of Jhin. So again, I just want to stress, with everything you've just seen here, does this feel like a character that, you know, is weak or underperforms compared to your average Tekken character? Jhin is really, really good, and he's really, really fun to play. Is he hard? Yeah, he definitely is. This is not an easy character to pick up and play. It's very complicated. You have to use all of these attacks, you know, in great synergy with each other. He resembles Feng Wei quite a bit in that, but the majority of his move list does come into play if you want to be really efficient. And is he strong? Does he pay off when you can do all of this stuff? Man, he really does. But that's reserved for few Jhin players, you know, who've really taken the time. So do I dislike Jhin? Do I hate Jhin? Absolutely not. I really like him. Did he deserve his nerfs ever since Season 2? Yeah, he really did. Do I enjoy him more now in Season 4? Yeah, absolutely. I really do. I think he got more identity with these nerfs, and he still remains one of the best characters in the game. So I hope you Jhin mains that this cleared the air a little bit. You know where I am now in terms of how I look at the character, and that you saw in my little rundown here that he's still an incredible character. He really is. So thank you for listening to me, everyone, and yeah, have a great day and stay safe.